Hey, what's up you guys? This is FangedShadows here, and today I'm going to be talking about the animated movie The Killing Joke, which is based on the comic, which was written by Alan Moore and made by Brian Dalton. Now, this comic has been known a lot for its either dark grey art style, its strong dialogue, or just the confrontation of the Dark Knight and the clown Prince of Crime. But the most important thing, to me at least, the most plausible backstory for the Batman's deadliest and deranged foe, the Joker himself. Now, when hearing an animated adaptation of The Killing Joke was told, I was a little skeptical about how they would go about making it. But later they revealed it would be rated R, or 15 if you're from the UK, so I was getting better vibes for the movie. Then they revealed that Mark Hamill, the legendary animated series Joker, and Luke Skywalker was taking on the role as the Joker again, along with Kevin Conroy, the legendary animated series Batman, to reprise the role for this animated movie. And as a bonus, you have Tara Strong portraying Batgirl. Hey, that sounds awesome. I always love me a bit of Tara Strong. With her variety of characters she's played throughout the years, I'm set. It seems everything was perfect. So how could it go wrong? Let's find out. Well, starting off with not The Killing Joke is a good start, but with 30 minutes of a bullshit story.
Let me understand. You're seeing a guy, but not really dating. So, you and Yoga Guy?
Yeah, a few nights ago.
Girl, you've been holding out. How was it?
It was just sex, for God's sake. It doesn't have to mean anything. It's not like we have to care.
God damn it. Really? You had one job. Just interpret the comic into a movie format. This first half hour basically focuses on Batgirl and her personal dilemma with a Fonzie wannabe gangster stalker who serves no purpose other than to fill up on the movie's runtime and, well, give us more scenes with Batgirl to add sympathy for a scene much later in the movie. This first half lacks the quality that the movie's based on. You can just tell from the writing alone that the half hour and the actual Killing Joke are from totally different people.
Must be that time of the month. This memory's so treacherous. One moment you're lost in a carnival of delights, childhood aromas, the flashing neon of puberty, all that sentimental candy floss.
I say the gay scene is complicated. What?
I don't know what it was that bent your life out of shape, but maybe I've been there too.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks good, well animated, but with the actual premise itself, it's just a complete waste of time and insulting to Batgirl's character of Barbara Gordon. Barbara is supposed to be a strong, smart sidekick to Batman's family, who follows his orders. She knows he's had more experience with thugs of any kind, especially the ones that Batgirl deals with in this segment. Here, she disobeys him several times, which I doubt Barbara would just blindlessly ignore a direct order from a man who's trained her. I mean, sure, Jason did that probably a few times, but that fits along with the lines of his character. The majority of it also focuses on Batgirl's love life. Because when I think of Batgirl, I think about how many dick mobiles she's been writing, right? Okay, let's get this out of the way. During the first half hour, we have this very controversial topic in the movie, where Batgirl gets pissed with Batman, and after a scuffle, they start to do some personal one-on-one training, if you get me, on a rooftop. Yeah, this scene alone sparked a lot of fires and opinions all over YouTube, Twitter, and all the social medias. To me, I find it a bit awkward due to the relationship of Batgirl and Batman. I mean, Barbara is in her 20s, presumably, right? And Bruce is at least in his late 40s. And to me, I see them as a niece and uncle relationship. So seeing them going at it on a rooftop is a tad bizarre, and again, none of this is ever mentioned again during the actual Killing Joke. So it has no fucking point. I mean, I kinda understand why they put that 1/3 in, but it failed miserably. They try to add more depth to Batgirl and for later on in the movie, but upon doing so, they only shot themselves in the foot. They could have maybe have a 5-minute montage of Batman and his team throughout the years and then get to The Killing Joke or something, but instead they went for this fairly bizarre choice of direction. But hey, at least now we get to The Killing Joke finally, so how does it play out? Well, it keeps true to the comic's detailing for the scenery, and especially on the characters. They do their best to almost capture the iconic scenes of the comic, from Arkham to the Carnival and to the flashback of the past Joker. Almost everything's shot in the exact version of the comic in the panels from scene to scene. The performances from Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill have been long waited to hear from big fans of the animated series. To hear these two quote these pieces of dialogue from the comic is awesome and chilling at the same time. When you hear the dialogue here, you can definitely see a huge tone shift from the first half hour. Kevin Conroy delivers his lines just the way you'd think he would. Cold, factual, and damn intimidating. Even certain scenes where he talks as though this could be the start of the end of this long battle he's had with the Joker. Mark Hamill expelling the dialogue on what reality is to him and how it's boggling and pointless, or even just being him, the Joker, alone is enjoyable. He's almost like a storyteller in a sense. Hell, we're given a bloody Joker song. I'm not gonna lie, but that was sickeningly catchy and great. Hamill can sing well. The flashbacks of the non-Joker are greatly performed. Hearing Mark portraying the Joker before he becomes the Joker is a big change from what he'll become. You somewhat feel sorry for him. So, after going through the whole movie, are there any faults? Well, there might be. For me, I found it a little bit off that Batman killed a few people in this movie. During the chase for the Joker, Batman suffocates a guy with some substance and, well, he collapses, he's unconscious, and didn't get that substance off his face. Batman, you just killed a man. Later on in the chase, Batman's ambushed by more minions while almost falling into a pit of spikes, and well, he threw a few people down there. Jesus, Batman, for a man who doesn't want to kill people, you tend to have a bad habit of killing people. Sure, in some alternate universe or stories, Batman has killed people, but in this comic, that kind of choice was a heavy decision to Batman, and doesn't want to commit the ultimate crime of taking a life. That's the point in this entire story. So it seems a little hypocritical. Batman, to me, is a hero of justice and wants to fix the city of Gotham from the state of crime without having to resort to taking lives. So to seeing him very carelessly kill off these minions is a little unsettling. I felt as though the confrontation with Batman and the Joker could have been more drawn out. Have them build up the tension and the feelings of these two. They both share a long history together and have been fighting each other for a long time, so seeing these two iconic rivals go at it in this pace was a little disappointing. Some of the lines in the carnival could have been more exploited. The scenes where Gordon's traumatized after seeing pictures of his daughter and the Joker discusses upon reality, I noticed they didn't add a scene how he talked about pressure and that reality can make a man snap. That to me was an important piece of dialogue to show the argument about what it takes for a human mind to lose its sense of morality and just going mad. This is a debatable note. During the final chase for the Joker, we have this infamous dialogue about how one bad day can change one's perceptions and his senses of what's right. Now, I don't mind how it was portrayed here, but if I were given a request to change something, first would be add more of the dialogue. You can't chop up pieces of something so philosophical and debating about how the world's a sick place and how it creates either stronger people or awakened monsters. Which brings me to my second point. Take time with that dialogue. The longer and slower you let out these pieces of dialogue, the more impact and atmosphere is added with the scene. You have the Joker, trying to prove a valid point about the true key of madness and how it turns people. Then you have Batman, trying to prove him wrong. Let it sink in. That's the only complaints I have for the movie. But don't get me wrong, I'm happy with what I've been given. I hoped for a bit more, something so highly known as The Killing Joke. Now, is The Killing Joke the worst animated Batman movie? Not really. It does give us what we wanted with a bad start, but eventually plays what we want, The Killing Joke from beginning to end. Could have been better? Yes, but I'm just glad that we got to at least hear Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill play their parts in The Killing Joke. I'm sure if you removed the first half hour, it would have been much better. So if you ever want to see The Killing Joke done in movie format, even if just once, I would recommend this movie just to hear your favourite childhood icons voice it out. It's animated well, the action's decent, and it tries its best to capture the imaging from the comic. If I were to give this movie a rating out of 10, I'd give it at least a 7 out of 10. I wasn't really angry at the film or annoyed at it. I enjoyed what it had to offer and glad I saw it, so to me it sums up a solid 7. Did you like The Killing Joke or did you hate it? Let me know in the comments below what you thought, because I'm very interested in what people think when it comes to movies or shows. I'm interested in different perspectives. So this has been FangedShadows, talking about The Killing Joke movie. See you guys later.